It was here in Glasgow, 250 years ago, that James Watt came up with a machine that was powered by steam, that was produced by burning coal. And yes, my friends, we've brought you to the very place where the doomsday machine began to tick.
The emergency climate comes down to a single number: the concentration of carbon in our atmosphere, the measure that greatly determines global temperature. We know how to stop the number rising and put it in reverse. We must recapture billions of tons of carbon from the air. We must fix our sights on keeping 1.5 degrees within reach. If, working apart, we are a force powerful enough to destabilize our planet, surely working together, we are powerful enough to save it. That desperate hope, ladies and gentlemen, is why the world is looking to you and why you are here.
The recent COP26 climate conference held in Glasgow brought together thousands of world leaders and dignitaries to discuss the limiting of global temperatures to a 1.5 degree increase, agreed at COP21 in Paris in 2015. During Transport Day at the Glasgow Science Centre, organisations and companies were engaged in discussion surrounding what will be a key part of a cleaner future. With the recently launched McLaren XE racing team's Odyssey 21 car on display, Extreme E were at the centre of it all.
It's incredibly important for us to be here amongst some of the biggest names in industry, transport and energy, everything from obviously electric vehicles, but hydrogen-powered buses, cars, planes, submarines. Collectively, we're all part of the transport industry. We're an important part of it, as are they, and we're here with some of the biggest players in it. So yeah, we're pleased to be amongst that. So today we are a founding signatory of Countersin's Clean Energy Transport Charter, and it's aimed at trying to bring citizens and everyday people into, putting pressure on the governments and our world leaders to, make those steps needed to reach renewable energy targets for transport quicker.
Countersin was inspired by Christiana Figueres and some other great leaders of the climate change movement. Christiana was the chair of the Paris Agreement, the big breakthrough on climate change, and she really wanted us to develop a campaign that engaged people that weren't activists, everyday people. We've got a big event with Extreme E, with Countersin and many other partners. We've got leaders of the change that we need in transport, like Monica Araya. We've got Alejandro from Extreme E. We want to send a message to all the leaders just meeting a few hundred meters from here that they can do something big. It's not just going to get the change that we need through activists. We need everyday people to step up to the mark. And so what Extreme E does wonderfully is reach hundreds of millions of people who love motor racing, but also care about nature, the environment, about climate change. We all feel if we take a few steps, it doesn't actually make much difference, but that's not true. If millions of people take steps, we can all make a dramatic impact on reducing carbon pollution.
Day 2 of the Island X Prix started with the semi-final races, with the top 2 from each race making it to the final with a chance to take the overall win. Semi 1 saw drama right after the lights went green. Segi TV Chip Ganassi Racing and Andretti United banged wheels, sending Timmy Hansen's car flying across the course and into X44, pushing Cristina Gutierrez into the trees. With Andretti United also too damaged to continue, the Chip Ganassi team progressed to the final for the first time this season. Controversially, Andretti United were penalised for the incident, meaning X44 also made it through, but they had a race against time to repair their car. Championship leaders RXR took the win in Semi 2 and equalled X44's achievement of 4 finals from 4 races. They were joined by Abt Cupra, who were making their first trip to the main event. With 4 spots of 5 accounted for, it was time for JBXC, Veloce Racing and Excite Energy Racing to battle it out in the Crazy Race to decide who would take the last spot in the final.
Remember, only one car goes through. Only the winner will make the final. The start is even more crucial, and we've seen the carnage in the other semi-finals. Great reaction time. JBXC going to try and squeeze Emma Gilmore across. Kevin Hansen gets the whole shot on that side of the grid. Gilmore changes the line immediately. Doesn't want to get caught in the dust. Can Bennett and Gilmore carry enough speed through here to beat him to the merge? Oh, it's going to be really close. Ollie Bennett may well get there just before Kevin Hansen. Oh, Kevin comes through.
JBXC out in front, then it's Excite Energy. Veloce can come back from this. They need to do the tight left and then get on it.
After a brilliant start to secure the lead, Kevin Hansen extended the gap to the chasing cars to 20 seconds before handing over to Michaela Arlin-Kotelinski. Veloce's Stefan Sarazan was on the hunt, and first in his sights was the Excite Energy car.
Sarazan has got to get past. He's got to get past as soon as possible and try to capitalise on gaining on that time. Sarazan will take any opportunity he can to come past. He looks up the inside line into this long right-hander. Oh, just misses the flag.
I just wonder if he made it past that flag. I hope he did. Oh no, what's happened? The steering's gone. It looks like the Excite Energy team are out of this. They've had a crash. So Veloce are through now. What disaster for Excite Energy. But look at this. What can they do now? Sarazan, full beans. He's on the hunt for JBXC. Remember, 1 place. That's it. Only 1 car goes through to the final.
Sarazan's been released now, Jenny. We know how fast he is. He's got there is nothing for him to gain by taking this easy. He might as well absolutely go full risk, full send. Oh! Sarazan's rolled! It's one of the biggest accidents of the season.
Stefan from Ian, please confirm that you are okay.
Is he all right?
Yeah, it looks okay. It's fine, yeah.
Medical team already on site and just tacking with Stefan Sarazan. A really nasty shunt for him.
3 very dramatic races for very different reasons.
And it's Arlin-Kotelinski who crosses the line for JBXC. They are through into the final.
Okay, nice everyone. We're in the final.
The crazy race was really nice for us. We had a great launch and was able to get to the, I believe, the fastest line first, and from there on I tried to get my head down, do a good run. I was hearing on the radio the gap was increasing all the time, and that was feeling really nice. And to get out on this course and have a clean run and do your thing and drive like you want, that was amazing. So super happy to give the car to Michaela with a 22-second lead and give it in good hands, fresh and nice for another lap, and that was a good race.
I knew we were in a good position, so I just knew that I had to bring the car back home for us to be in the final. And I heard about the crash that Steph had, and I'm happy that he's stepped out of the car and that he's okay. Of course, we're all pushing, especially in the crazy race, you want to get to the final, so happy that he's okay.
I was really just trying to keep as close as I could to Kevin, thinking anything can still happen here. Passed the car to Christine. Christine was flying again, trying to keep Sarazan behind. He was really pushing her, battling her. She managed to do that until, unfortunately, we had a technical failure. So it's a bit of a shame, but yeah, we gave it everything we could.
I feel good. Car is safe. It was quite a strong impact, but I'm okay. I had some pain, but the car was very safe, so that's good. I really push hard because you have to win if you want to be in finals. So I give my best, We have the pace to be in a very good position, so it's a bit shame, and it's a part of the race, I would say.
With JBXC taking the win, they took the final spot in the 5-car final. Motorsport comes with inherent dangers involved, and it's critical that when accidents happen,
massive off!
That there are necessary steps in place to ensure everyone's safety. When racing in remote locations, this requires a highly coordinated team effort.
During all of the sessions, whether it's practice, qualifying, or the race, anything that happens on the course, anything that happens to do with the cars is kind of under my watch. And so that includes everything from if there happens to be an incident between 2 cars, or if something happens with a car and it stops and we have to go recover it, help a driver, or whatever it is. So we're lucky. We have a group called MDD that is our medical group on course. They're staffed by firemen, paramedics, EMTs. We also have doctors from them as well. We actually set up an entire medical center here on site because of the remoteness that we have with some of these locations. I'm lucky. I get to work with them here in Extreme E, and I also get to work with them in Formula E as well. So the knowledge that they carry over from electric vehicles is really, really significant. And that gives me an incredibly high level of confidence to know that the guys from MDD are going to be the first ones there.
Yeah, the demands on MDD in terms of providing medical cover and safety differ greatly from race to race. So, for example, at the last race at Greenland, we were several hours away from the nearest hospital that could provide the facilities we needed. So there we had to provide air ambulances and we had to really upscale the amount of cover that we provide. But we worked together with the local medical teams and the local sporting authority to provide whatever cover we need at each event. But it changes significantly from event to event. In the event of an incident, race control will deploy us to the incident. We'll perform a survey on the patient.
For your information, we have a driver with a possible neck injury. Doctor is assessing the driver, over.
In most instances, they will allow the driver to self-extricate from the vehicle. If the driver is injured, then of course our extrication team will come in and do what is ever necessary to take the driver out of the car and to place them into one of the specialist on-track ambulances.
MDD to race control. The car has been recovered. We are now making our way back over.
We've had some pretty spectacular crashes. I think that's just a testament to the design of the car and the implementation of the safety services behind that, which is why we haven't seen any serious injuries to drivers.
Global temperatures are continuing to rise at an alarming rate, creating ideal conditions for severe wildfires to rage across the planet. A report by the European Space Agency in 2021 estimates that every year fire affects 4 million square kilometers of land globally. That's equivalent to 560 million football pitches, or the size of Greenland, our third race location, and Saudi Arabia, our first, combined. Sardinia is just one of many places in Europe that has seen a drastic increase in wildfires in recent years. Extreme E chose to highlight this issue while visiting the island, working with sustainable energy company NLX to leave behind a positive legacy on the region.
And when we heard for the first time that Extreme E wanted to come here, especially to address the point of the wildfires issue, for us was a sort of, we have to do it, we must do that. Let's donate some money in order to recover it as a demonstration of a first step into the right direction.
Global accounting powerhouse EY also stepped in to offer some of their technological expertise, which will help predict and therefore limit the spread of the burning area.
At EY, we launched the Better Working World data program aimed at tackling some of the world's largest issues due to climate change through the extensive use of data and artificial intelligence. Satellites have captured years and years of wildfires, and we are learning from those. The solution aims at building an automatic fire edge, replacing the work that currently is being done manually. This algorithm is able to do that nearly in real time and with much more accuracy. All the solutions that we are building are giving free of charge to any non-commercial institutions. This is a real example of tech for good. So looking at the future, there's hope that technology can help building a better working world.
We know that probably it won't be the last time that the wildfire will happen, but it's a matter of doing every time, step by step, showing that you can recover and showing that you can do something better for the future.
With championship racing teams up and down the paddock, including 3 brand new entries created by Formula One world champions, the Extreme E grid is packed with fierce competition. But in the star-spangled world of motorsport in the USA, no name is more synonymous with success than Chip Ganassi Racing. And whilst in Sardinia, we spoke to the boss himself.
I started in off-road racing, basically in dirt bikes when I was a teenager.
And that developed into being a driver at Indianapolis, later started a team. We went on to win the Indianapolis 500 6 times, I think, and won the championship there 14 times now. And we branched out into NASCAR. We won the Daytona 500. We've been in IMSA. We won the 24 Hours of Daytona. In the WEC, we won at Le Mans, the 24 Hours of Le Mans. This just seemed like a natural fit to come to Extreme E. I think the future of the series is bright. Is the male-female aspect of the sport important? I think it's very important. I think to have the togetherness brings an inclusiveness, if you will, to the sport that other series can't offer. And I think it's a feather in Alejandro's cap and to the series to have that ability. Kyle and Sarah both have many, many miles of dirt racing, many more than I've ever dreamed of, I can tell you. And we're fortunate to have them. You know, you either win or you learn. If you're in motorsport, you want to measure yourself against the best in motorsport. And that's also an attraction here in Extreme E. Let's measure ourselves against the best and see where we stack up.
Despite not having the best of luck in their Extreme E adventures so far, the Chip Ganassi team are always fast and entertaining to watch. And having made it to their first final, drivers Carl Leduc and Sarah Price were keen to impress the boss in Sardinia. The all-American outfit lined up alongside JBXE, X44, RXR and Apt Cupra to decide who would lift the trophy for the Island X Prix.
So we are off. Oh, it's a stall start for the Apt Cupra team. They're going nowhere. X44 out to the left. Is there going to be contact? Yes, a bit of contact there before JBXE and RXR. But if you just look through, Leduc and Price have gone, and they have gone fast. A very different line. They need to cut back to the left to go through the waypoint. But at the moment, it looks like it is X44 leading the way. They're going to get the join in. Oh, look at that sliding through, and it's the Segi TV team.
With Carl Leduc pulling away from the rest of the field, Sebastian Loeb was pushing hard to try to take the lead, but yet again, luck just wasn't on their side.
Loeb's steering is broken. X44 are out in the championship fight. 4 top qualifiers and no results.
Suspension is broken, track rod's broken.
Okay, sorry guys.
If you are in that RXR car, you've got to think sensibly. You've got to think about the championship.
With their closest rivals out of the running, RXR set to try and close the gap to Chip Ganassi, with the race win seemingly theirs for the taking.
All right, Sarah, you have a 45-second gap here, so drive your lap, be smart, don't overdrive the car, bring this thing home for us. We will tell you if that gap starts closing.
However, just like X44, they suffered the wrath of the Island X Prix course.
No! Broken steering! Segi TV, Chip Ganassi Racing, the steering is broken. This is unbelievable. No!
Their bad luck continues. They've been beset with it. They had such a big lead, and this is heartbreak for that team once again.
I didn't hit anything. The tie rod just went.
With others falling by the wayside, RXR inherited the lead, with only Apt Cupra behind them, who had a unique challenge of their own to tackle.
Jenny, they've lost a door. Apt Cupra have lost the door. There's tape at the top, which suggests it was only held on slightly anyway. Let's see if we Ekstrom through the water splash. He could be taking on litres here. Look at that. The door is completely gone from the side of the Apt Cupra machine, but still, RXR out in front into the water splash. I can't see Ekstrom doing that. Here we go. He's going to come in now. So what approach is Ekstrom going to take? He's going to go tight on the left-hand side, try and avoid getting the water into the car. He's so clever, Ekstrom. He just knows it, but it's going to cost him, Jenny, in terms of the fight with Johan in front of him.
With Apt Cupra too far back and open road in front of them, RXR cruised home to victory and extended their championship lead.
RXR have done it when it counts. Chris Dobberson and Taylor take their 3rd win of the year, and with it a commanding lead in this Extreme E Championship. And a brilliant, brilliant performance by the whole team. Look what it means to them.
Hats off to this team, to Apt Cupra to cross this line. They don't have a door. They have mud all over them. They don't even care, because you know what? They're going to get 2nd spot when it comes to this. Well done to them.
It was the look across from Ekstrom. He sort of had a glance across, didn't he, as he crossed the line to go, where is the door? Brilliant.
Oh, I love that.
What a performance, though, by these guys. RXR.
Thank you, guys. I think we deserve that one. Very much. Very good job. Very good job.
Didn't get the best start, unfortunately. That wasn't the ideal way to start the race. Ben really had to manage the risk, was the most important thing at that point. Get the car back in one piece to Johan and yeah, let him finish the job.
We tried to make, you know, a game plan beforehand, but it's obviously always very difficult. You know, when the light goes green, it's all those plans are probably in the bin already. I think Molly judged that brilliantly. She didn't have the best launch, but after that she tried to, you know, play a little bit safe. So I think that was perfect. Nico wasn't in Greenland. We didn't win Greenland. Nico was back, so I don't know if that's some kind of a trend. In the end, we got back first of everyone. So yeah, just very good feeling.
Like always, we need some luck in the final, so we hope having in the next round.
We are always fast, but at the end, we never come through semi-final and final to get the win in the final, so that's how it is.
Despite RXR claiming 3 out of 4 wins, it's still all to play for in the championship going into the final round. With X44 and Andretti United still within touching distance of the championship crown. NLX are a wide-ranging energy and technology company that are driving forward the adoption of electric mobility. And for Extreme E, they bring to the paddock a wealth of knowledge in battery charging systems.
NLX is a part of the group NL. The group NL is the biggest player in terms of production of energy solution, renewable energy solution and distribution of energy around the world, developing technology to enable, to facilitate the decarbonization of all the possible applications that you can find. We are the smart charging partner for Extreme E, and we are testing, developing new technologies.
The recharge infrastructure that we are using is pure destined to the motorsport now, but we are planning to use it also for the mass market production. As the motorsport for us, it's a laboratory to test a solution and do innovation on our products. This unit it's special because it's very flexible, it's easy to transport, it's very compact and allows fast recharge.
When we heard for the first time about Extreme E, there were some, things that we really liked. And we tried to understand together if there was a perfect matching of the vision, and we realized that there was. And the flexibility that is requested for this sort of applications is ideal for us.
The St. Helena ship is at the center of Extreme E's global odyssey, and her crew, from the captain to the chef, are integral in making the championship run smoothly. In Sardinia, some of the crew were given the opportunity to step ashore and visit the event site for themselves.
Obviously, this is impossible without all of you guys, so thanks.
Thank you.
Glad to see you here on shore.
When you're traveling on the ship, everything you're doing is building up to the actual race. So when you actually see it, it's like, oh my gosh, this is what we're working towards. So it's really awesome to see.
The St. Helena isn't just at the center of Extreme E's logistical mission. It's also a floating laboratory where the series' scientific partner, the NL Foundation, have invited scientists to come aboard and utilize the ship whilst at sea in order to better understand the oceans on which it sails. On the trip from Greenland to Sardinia, Alexander Van Halen and Adam Pantelis Galatoulas conducted research based on adverse impacts on marine life as a result of climate change. Both marine biology students at the University of the Algarve, they spent the voyage taking seawater samples in order to obtain DNA from sea organisms. By sequencing these, they aim to create a global inventory, mapping out changes in marine life due to a variety of reasons, from the warmer temperatures to human impacts or invasive species. With so little known about our oceans, every chance to learn more about their makeup will play a role in keeping them healthy. With the weekend of racing complete, it was time for the St. Helena and the championship to move to its final race location.
The Island X-Prix is done. Next, we head to the UK for the Jurassic X-Prix, where we will highlight massive loss of biodiversity. Who will be our champions?